My dear friends, there is a hidden law humming beneath the surface of your life. Just as a radio tunes into music through frequency, your heart and mind tune into experiences through vibration. Wealth and abundance are not accidents, nor are they reserved for a select few. They are frequencies unseen yet powerful currents, and when you align yourself with them, prosperity flows toward you like a river that cannot be stopped. Too many live in static, tuning only to the frequency of fear, lack, and worry. But the good news is this: you can change the channel. You can attune yourself to the divine station of wealth and abundance, and once you do, the outer world must reflect it. Wealth has always been more than numbers in a bank account or treasures locked away in safes. True wealth is a state of consciousness, a flow of energy that answers to the frequency of gratitude. When gratitude is present, doors open. When gratitude is absent, the richest person can feel poor, empty, and unfulfilled. Gratitude is not simply saying thank you. It is the deep recognition of the blessings already in your life and the certainty that more is always on the way. It transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, and it takes the smallest seed and multiplies it into a harvest. Imagine two individuals. One rises in the morning and immediately counts what is missing: bills unpaid, opportunities not yet realized, dreams delayed. His energy is one of lack, and this lack becomes the lens through which he sees his world. The other wakes and notices the light pouring in through the window, the warmth of the bed, the gift of another day to live, breathe, and create. Though his circumstances may not be much different from the first, his attitude is charged with gratitude. Slowly, the universe bends toward him, answering his vibration with opportunities, support, and provision. The difference between them is not luck, it is alignment. Gratitude expands whatever it touches. If you bless the money in your wallet, no matter how little, you magnify its energy. If you give thanks for the food on your table, more is drawn to you. The law is simple yet profound. What you appreciate, appreciates. Those who spend their days murmuring and complaining unknowingly repel the very good they long for. But those who practice gratitude, even in lean times, set themselves on the frequency of abundance, and wealth flows to them like a river that cannot be dammed. There are countless stories of people who have shifted their financial destinies through gratitude alone. A woman who once lived in debt began the daily practice of writing down 10 things she was thankful for, including the very debts she owed, blessing them as signs that she had once been trusted with credit. In time, new income appeared, old debts dissolved, and her life turned around. Her gratitude created a channel for supply to find her. Gratitude turns resistance into receptivity. Even science confirms the power of gratitude. Studies show that those who keep gratitude journals are not only happier, but also make better decisions, attract healthier relationships, and experience less stress. These outcomes directly contribute to prosperity, for a calm, clear mind is fertile ground for wealth. Gratitude sharpens your vision to see possibilities where others only see obstacles. To cultivate gratitude is to water the soil of your life with expectation of growth. Speak blessings over the money you touch, the work you do, the people who support you, and the opportunities that come your way. Even if they seem small, they are the beginnings of greater things. Wealth flows where gratitude grows because gratitude tells the universe you are ready, you are open, and you are faithful with what you already have. When you make gratitude a daily habit, abundance becomes inevitable. It is not a matter of chance, but a matter of spiritual law. Every word that leaves your lips carries energy, and that energy shapes the conditions of your life. Words are never idle or empty. They are seeds sown into the fertile soil of your subconscious and into the vast field of the universe. When you speak of lack, you invite lack. When you speak of increase, you call forth abundance. Just as a farmer cannot plant thorns and expect roses, you cannot speak words of limitation and expect prosperity. Your financial reality is deeply tied to the language you use, for words are the instruments that direct the unseen forces of supply. Consider how often people say, "I can't afford this," or "money never stays with me." Such phrases may seem harmless, but every repetition imprints a belief deeper into the mind and strengthens a pattern of scarcity. In contrast, when someone declares, "Money flows easily to me," or "I am a good steward of wealth," they are sowing seeds that grow into financial opportunities and stability. Words create expectation, and expectation creates experience. The energy you give to your words always returns multiplied. Think of a business owner who constantly complains about a lack of customers. His speech is saturated with frustration, and that energy extends to his work, repelling the very clients he longs for. Another owner, perhaps in the same line of work, blesses every sale, every customer, and every transaction. Even when business is quiet, she declares increase, and her words carry the energy of confidence and gratitude. Soon, doors open for her referrals, partnerships, and growth, because her words have been magnetic to prosperity. Science itself confirms the vibration of words. Studies in sound and energy show that language alters matter, shaping patterns in water and influencing the body's chemistry. If words can shift the structure of water, and you are made largely of water, how much more can they shift the financial structures in your life? Every spoken phrase is a command to the subconscious, and the subconscious faithfully obeys. To use your words wisely is to step into your role as a creator. Bless the money in your wallet, even if it seems small. Speak increase over your work, your talents, your opportunities. Replace phrases of doubt with declarations of faith. Instead of saying, "This is too expensive," you might say, "I welcome the provision to afford all I need and desire." Instead of saying, "Money slips through my hands," you can affirm, "I handle money with wisdom, and it multiplies under my care." Words are not to be thrown carelessly like stones into the air. They are powerful instruments charged with financial energy that either builds your future or diminishes it. To align your words with prosperity is to align with the laws of increase. Speak wealth, and wealth listens. Speak gratitude, and blessings answer. Speak faith, and doors open that logic could never explain. Your words are the architects of your financial destiny. Guard them, choose them, and let them always point toward abundance. For when you speak life into your finances rise to meet the life you have spoken. Emotions are among the strongest forces shaping your life. They are not fleeting feelings without consequence. They are magnets that draw to you experiences, people, and opportunities that match their vibration. If fear, doubt, and worry dominate your emotional atmosphere, then you will find circumstances appearing that mirror those states. But when joy, gratitude, and faith fill your inner world, you become a beacon that calls forth abundance and blessing from every direction. Think of emotions as signals sent out into the universe. Every day, through your feelings, you are broadcasting whether you are open to wealth or closed to it. Many people work hard, dream big, and even speak positive words, yet their emotions betray them. They may declare abundance, but inside they carry the heavy weight of fear that things will not work out. The universe does not respond to words alone. It responds to the energy carried behind them. This is why aligning your emotions is the true key to unlocking prosperity. Imagine two individuals walking into a job interview. One is anxious, doubting her worth, hoping she will be chosen, but secretly fearing she is not enough. The other enters with calm confidence, carrying the emotion of already belonging there, already valuable. Both may have similar skills, but the one radiating belief and trust draws favor, for her emotions magnetize opportunity. It is not arrogance but alignment, a clear inner atmosphere that reflects abundance before it appears in the outer world. Science also echoes this truth. Studies in neuroscience and psychology reveal that emotions shape decisions far more powerfully than logic. Your brain releases chemicals in response to feelings, influencing not only your body, but also how you perceive the world. A mind filled with gratitude literally notices more opportunities, while a mind clouded with fear overlooks them. Your emotions filter your reality, deciding what you see and what you miss. To align your emotions with abundance, begin by nurturing gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest magnetic forces, for it signals that you already have, and thus you are prepared to receive more. Instead of dwelling on what is missing, dwell on what is present and good. Even the smallest blessing, when acknowledged with sincere joy, multiplies in the unseen. Joy itself is a magnet. Laughter lightens the spirit and attracts more reasons to laugh. Faith, too, is magnetic, for it speaks to the unseen as if it were already here, and the universe rushes to fulfill that expectation. It is not about denying difficult emotions or pretending challenges do not exist. It is about choosing what you dwell in. You can acknowledge fear without living in it, just as you can notice lack without claiming it as your permanent reality. Train your heart daily to return to joy, to lift itself into gratitude, to settle into peace. Each time you do, you are tuning your inner magnet to abundance. When your emotions align with abundance, your entire life begins to shift. Opportunities appear where there were none, doors open without force, and wealth flows in ways you could not have planned. The magnet is not outside of you, it is within, and its pull is determined by the emotions you choose to cultivate. Vision is the blueprint of your destiny. It is the invisible design that shapes the visible outcome of your life. Without vision, you drift like a ship without a compass, carried by every wind of circumstance, never anchoring in the harbor of abundance. But when you hold a clear vision, when you dare to see yourself prosperous, free, and fulfilled, you tune the frequency of your life to wealth. Vision is the dial that sets the channel through which opportunities, ideas, and resources find their way to you. Think of a radio. Countless stations are broadcasting at this very moment, but you only hear the one you tune into. Vision works the same way. Wealth, creativity, and opportunity are always present in the universe, but unless your inner vision is set to that frequency, you cannot receive them. Instead, you remain tuned to channels of lack, fear, and struggle. This is why vision is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It determines the signal you send out and the one you receive back. Consider the story of great inventors and creators. They saw what others could not see. Long before the light bulb shone, someone carried the vision of it glowing in his mind. Long before airplanes soared, the vision of flight existed in the imagination of dreamers. Wealth, too, is born the same way. Every business empire, every invention, every fortune began first as a vision in someone's heart before it became substance in their hands. Vision also trains your subconscious mind. When you repeatedly hold an image of success, of abundance flowing easily to you, your inner world begins to work in harmony with that image. You notice opportunities you once overlooked. You attract people and circumstances that align with your picture. Your mind, like fertile soil, grows what you consistently plant, and if you do not plant vision, weeds of doubt and fear will take over instead. Practical life also testifies to the power of vision. Athletes visualize their victories before they step into the arena. Studies show that those who mentally rehearse success often perform as well as those who physically practice. Why? Because the subconscious cannot distinguish between vision and reality. It accepts both as truth and begins to create pathways toward them. When you hold the vision of wealth, your subconscious begins to guide your choices, habits, and actions toward its fulfillment, often in ways you cannot consciously plan. Yet vision requires faith. It asks you to see beyond the evidence of your current bank account or circumstances. It asks you to look through the eyes of possibility rather than limitation. This is why vision feels uncomfortable for many. It stretches you beyond what is into what can be, but that stretch is the very path to abundance. When you choose to live by vision, you become magnetic to wealth. The universe responds to the picture you hold. It is not your effort alone, but the clarity of your inner image that aligns your life with abundance. Wealth is not only earned, it is attracted, and the magnet that draws it is vision tuned to the frequency of prosperity. Giving is the golden key that unlocks the hidden doors of abundance. Many believe that holding tightly to what they have will protect them, but in truth, clutching with fear only shuts the channels through which more could flow. Life is movement and wealth is energy. Just as rivers must flow to remain pure, so must money and blessings circulate freely to stay alive. When you give, you set this current in motion. You declare to life that you trust its endless supply, and in return, life proves that your trust is not in vain. Think of the farmer who keeps his seeds locked away, fearing that planting them will diminish his supply. His barn may stay full for a season, but he will reap no harvest. Another farmer, with courage and faith, scatters his seeds into the soil. For a time, it may look like loss, but in due season, he receives 100-fold return. Giving works the same way. What you release into the world, whether money, kindness, encouragement, or service, comes back multiplied in ways beyond your calculation. Giving also frees the heart from the chains of fear and lack. Fear whispers, if you let go, you won't have enough. But when you give, you silence that voice. You prove to yourself and to the universe that you are not bound by limitation. Instead, you align with the law of increase. You show that you trust in abundance, and that trust becomes the bridge through which abundance flows back to you. Real life is filled with examples of this truth. The most prosperous individuals and companies often practice generosity as a cornerstone of their philosophy. They give to causes, communities, and people, and their giving seems to open wider gates of success. The same principle works in everyday lives. The person who shares opportunities, lends a helping hand, or gives with a joyful heart often finds doors opening for them unexpectedly. Giving is not about how much you release, but the spirit in which you release it. A small act of generosity done with love carries greater power than a large one given with reluctance. Giving also changes your inner vibration. When you give, you feel expansive, and expansion attracts expansion. The energy of generosity lifts you out of the frequency of fear and places you in the frequency of abundance. The mind shifts from scarcity to plenty, from worry to gratitude, and as your emotions align with this higher state, you draw to yourself circumstances that reflect it. It is important to remember that giving is not loss. It is investment. It is planting seeds into the soil of the universe, which never fails to return a harvest. Sometimes the return comes as money, sometimes as opportunity, sometimes as protection or favor in unexpected places. But always in some form the flow returns, so release freely, give without fear. Bless what you give and bless the channels through which it flows. In doing so, you invite abundance to dance through your life. Giving does not diminish you, it enlarges you. It unlocks the flow that was waiting all along to flood your path with wealth, joy, and fulfillment. The secret frequency of wealth and abundance is not hidden in bank vaults or guarded by the powerful. It is within you, waiting for you to tune in. Gratitude raises your vibration. Words shape your reality. Emotions magnetize your experiences. Vision sets your course. Giving keeps the flow alive. Align with these truths, and you will not chase wealth, wealth will chase you. Abundance will not be a distant dream, but the melody of your daily life.